absolutely banging stuff right now. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to head into the... let me put a little song on while we do... No, I don't think we have time. Not quite. So, before we do launch into Kingdom Hearts Final Mix by Ninten... I knew I forgot something when I did the reboot. We don't have the information up. Excellent. So, it's all about the Jolly Jamboree here. Alright. Gamers Outreach are hosting the Jolly Jamboree, which it's a wider event that Syothon is a small part of. So far, collectively, the Jolly Jamboree has raised over $93,000 for Gamers Outreach, which is a non-profit that empowers hospitalized families through play. They build these like portable gaming kiosks to deploy to hospitals for kids to socialize and play video games with their families and whatnot while they're undergoing treatment, which is an incredible cause. And with games becoming more popular and whatnot, and just more of a routine thing in everyday life, it does sort of carry over that normalcy to the hospital experience as well, which is an excellent cause and one that I'm incredibly proud to be contributing to. And it's been concerning. It's been going concerningly well so far. Syothon as a whole, really only minor sort of tech issues and whatnot, which is again concerningly well. I'm just sort of waiting for the tragedy to strike. Now we are about to. We're going to send it over to Ninten here with Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, joined by Glitched.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ninten. I think we should just get straight into it, and then we can explain some stuff after.
Yeah, excellent.
So, 3, 2, 1, go.
And
Gaming time.
Your 5-word description of this game was movement, quick combos, light. Very efficient, only using 4 words of the 5 that you were given. Oh, wait. No, what have I done? I didn't flick over to the game. Start again.
Uh-oh.
Start again. Sorry.
Okay. Wait, I need to close the game real fast.
I'm so sorry. I've done this. That's my fault. I'm so
Wait,
sorry.
what happened?
I just didn't change the scene. I was talking about tech issues and it all going well, and then it all just fell apart. In that very moment, it all fell apart by me just not changing to the right scene. So there we go. Kaboom. Now we're on the correct scene. You are good to start whenever.
Alright, I just started. Oops,
Okay, excellent.
Okay, right in it. Let's go.
Right in it. Let's go.
Outstanding stuff. Good luck.
Thanks. Alright, so, I think the description is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I have been running this actually for a while now. I did a pretty hard grind of PC for a few months. The category is extremely optimized, and hopefully you'll see some of that today. The fights are like all very, very consistent. There's just like a few coin flips here and there that can use some time, but it's a very consistent run, and it's also like pretty nuts how far that the game has come. So
it's
at the
huge.
Yeah. And so like Glitch mainly runs the PS2 versions. And those runs are also insanely optimized, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, it's getting there, especially now that you're playing it as well. Like, we need more players to get it to that point, honestly, but it's definitely come a long way also. But yeah, this game, in comparison to like the old school PS2 version, like you said, it's hugely optimized and consistent. It's more focused on like just your execution. Like, it's most of the things are in your hand in this game.
Yeah, I would say so. Because like there's a lot of talk about like the RNG elements, but a lot of it really is in your control when like just 5% of the run maybe is RNG, but the rest is very consistent.
Yeah, compared to PS2 where it's like, I don't know, half of the run is like little RNG things that could just destroy you.
Yeah, there's a lot. So real quick, I guess I picked the staff and I dropped the shield. Dropping the shield seems pretty self-explanatory just because We don't need defense in the speedrun. We're trying to go fast. And then we got the staff though, because magic is very, very busted, and we'll see a lot of that later on. But magic is super OP in this game, especially at the end. So the other thing actually though is that we also get 8 strength ups at the beginning of the game for playing on beginner mode. So beginner is actually the same as standard mode, except that you get extra items. And those strength ups make our strength so high that it doesn't actually matter if you pick sword for most of the game.
Yeah, it's at a certain point you reach a damage cap in this game where even if you had like 20 extra strength stat, certain bosses you can't deal more damage than the cap that the game puts on you. I think it's like you have to have 5 more strength than the enemy's defense to reach the cap, something like that. And having plus 8 at the start pretty much puts you there for a lot of the fights for most of this game.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that. I think you know more about the like stat stuff than I do.
I know a little bit, mostly just from like the data mining type stuff, just trying to figure out what's the optimal things for PS2 damage-wise, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's the same reason that defense is useless in this game too, because it's like if their attack stat is 5 higher than your defense does nothing. So that happens really quickly in this run.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So this is our first boss fight. Just jump and hit, which is a lot of runs. A lot of the fights will come down to that because that's like most in this game. There's not really that many tools. It's really just like magic and attack stuff. But there's a lot of like really minor things that make fights faster or slower. The main thing is just like how fast you can air combo to begin with, which that takes a lot of practice to get that really fast.
Yeah, fast air combos are the key to saving a lot of time in Kingdom Hearts runs, especially Kingdom Hearts 1. I feel like, since like you said, it's so limited, you really have just your basic physical combos. You don't have anything super crazy until you get Rs. Fast air combos are the key.
The key, I get it.
Aha! So right here,
no.
we're just picking up some items, just to get to the next day on Destiny Islands. We need the rope, the cloth, and a couple logs.
Yeah, and I want to give a big shout out to, I believe their username was Croc something, that found a lot of really minor and some pretty big optimizations recently. One of them is that you can hold down the swim button to swim longer. And I just never knew about that. I don't know if anyone else knew about that.
Never in my life. It was a surprise to see that. Everybody pogged at the fact that we could save a few seconds with swimming now.
Yeah.
It's actually faster than running, too, which is crazy.
Yeah, and mainly because you can swim, you can just hold down the button to swim longer and like faster. Yeah. And we just never knew that. We just tapped it all the time. You still have to time it though. There's like a rhythm to it. Yeah.
It's kind of like doing the long jumps, like your maximum height jump. It sort of works the same. But yeah, that was found by Gator Jewick, which is just Silent Hill 2 luck being incognito. But yeah, he's really good when it comes to like labbing and just grinding out optimal strats for games. He's done that for a lot of the Silent Hill games as well, and he's recently come to Kingdom Hearts after making the cutscene skip mod for PS2. He's found a lot of cool stuff for beginner FM.
Wait, is it actually luck?
Yeah, that's luck.
Oh, why did it? Okay. I thought it was.
He just has a different username on Discord for some reason.
Oh. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
We're just picking up some more items here. We got some fish at the start there, some mushrooms. We're going to be getting a seagull egg, some coconuts, and some fresh drinking water as well. Basically, the kids, Sora, Riku, and Kairi, are trying to gather some materials so that they can go on an adventure and visit other worlds on their tiny little raft. How they are going to do that successfully with that little materials, I don't know. But they're kids, you know, they can dream.
Oops. Yeah, it is kind of insane that they want to survive off of 2 coconuts, a seagull egg, and 3 fish.
Yeah.
Like all the food.
Bro, they're about to ration that hard.
This race is important to win because you get the pretty stone, and we're gonna sell it later on to be able to buy gummy parts. But I think it's fairly easy to win. I guess it might not be. So Sayo is a new runner learning this game. What do you think is like the hardest thing about running this, Sayo, so far?
As a new runner, as a new runner running this game, probably the hardest thing for me so far is just sort of remembering the.
Okay, this is actually fine.
Remembering the like the precise paths to run for me so far, because I know the sort of directions to go, but then the optimization within that, like, oh, you know, running up the stairs on the left, you know, rather than the path that's right in front of you, or something along those lines. And on top of that, which cutscenes I can and can't skip, or like when I can and can't skip the cutscenes. I feel like I'm losing a lot of time and just like pausing randomly. That was super unfortunate though. That looked like
yeah.
me.
Okay. Well, yeah. So very quickly, what happened? It's actually not a big deal. So I said you need to win. You don't actually need to win because we have a lot of money. It just uses time, but it'll end up being fine. It's okay.
Yeah, and that can happen a lot. It's like barely missing the little tree there. Like in, you know, world record attempts and stuff, you're usually going to be okay with that. But if you're off by just a little pixel, you can get stuck on the tree and just miss the jump. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was just me being a bit overzealous. So like, one main thing is that you try to like just a lot of minor optimization. So you can save a few frames by jumping as soon as you land to cancel the landing lag. So I'll do it right here. Because when you land, there's like a small time loss when you land. And the main thing there is that I tried doing that, but I didn't jump far enough, I think. So I just fell down.
Yeah. It's all good though. We're gaming. We got some pretty quick coconuts. Not too bad on those.
So Sayo, all of that just sounds like stuff that you like pick up pretty.
Yeah, I think it will just be picked up in time. As Ninten said, I'm very new. As in, like, I've only completed like 3 runs. Yeah, I think exactly 3 runs. So still learning a lot of the sort of foundational stuff. But if you want actual like just sort of more genuine gameplay aspects of what I'm finding particularly difficult, I think Jafar is a stupid boss.
The classic.
The first Jafar fight, like, I'm playing on FM beginner, and the fights straight up look like 1E fights. I can't I can't figure it out. He keeps zipping around. I don't know what's going on. That and not like doing Invisible's fights. I can do them, but doing them really well looking or like having confidence in the fight is giving me trouble. But I think that's also another thing that I think will come with time, is learning sort of how they respond to different people and what they can and can't. Yeah, those are the
Yeah, it's a big thing. That's a big thing with like the Kingdom Hearts games in general. A lot of it is learning the different patterns that bosses have and then knowing how to react to it. Because you're never gonna get the same. It's not like Mario 64 where everything's gonna be pretty similar every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your party members affect that a lot too. Like especially with heartless fights like Invisibles and stuff. If Goofy's off trolling in the background and Invisible's gonna go dash at him, and that's like, oh cool, I'm losing a ton of time now. Thanks, Goofy. Like little things like that can matter where normally you wouldn't think they would.
Yeah. Those are like the low RNG elements that can happen.
Yep. I just finished Dark Side there. Dark Side's pretty simple as well. Same as the first Dark Side. You kind of just want to get as many hits in as quickly as you can.
Yeah, and actually one more thing I forgot to mention that's pretty different is that we're playing in Japanese. Just because the text is faster. It's pretty easy to explain that one.
Right.
It does change a few things though, like waterway clip is a thing that only exists in the English version. Thank you.
Yeah, I always found it so weird how waterway clip was patched in the HD versions. Like it works in English, but not in Japanese. But on the original FM, it works anyway. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah. So very quickly we can go over that. So like, I think it's because they built this version off of the Japanese version. They built the English version off of the English version. And in
Right.
the original one, they had patched it in the English version, which came out after the original J, or something like that. Anyway.
Yeah, I did.
So we killed 5 shadows. That's all you have to do to activate Leon here. Just kill 5 shadows. You can walk around and look for Down and Goofy, but that's not a good idea. Just kill 5 shadows and then you're good.
Nice. No clank on Leon. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was surprised I didn't get clanked today.
Leon's feeling a little generous today, a little passive. This is a Final Mix exclusive cutscene. Riku waking up in Hala Bastion after entering the Darkness Ball on the island.
How did he get there?
Bro got warped. I have no clue. Said, I'm not afraid of the darkness. They're like, alright then, go to the most dark world in the entire game, bro.
So, we're playing the Final Mix version, because that's the one that was released on PC. This is the easiest and most accessible way to run the game, in my opinion, right?
Yeah, it's the most accessible for sure. It's on Steam now, it's on Epic Games as well. It's honestly on sale kind of often, so yeah, it's certainly the easiest way to play. And we have like good quality of life stuff on PC, like Hook Skip and all that stuff, Hook Ship mod. It's really nice.
Yeah, so we can explain more about Hookship there, but
Yeah.
there's that makes the runs more consistent. And the other thing is that the camera can also be changed to be faster. You can also like modify your inputs, so you can make like you could change circle to jump or attack, whichever you prefer. Stuff like that. There we go. But yeah,
the item drop.
as I mentioned before, glitch runs PS2 version, which is really fun. I've been running that recently too, and you guys should check that out if you've seen this run before but want to see something new.
Oh yeah, guard armor right here. We want to pop all of the limbs, and once we pop all the limbs, we can attack the actual body. There you go.
Yeah.
Not bad. We want to try to avoid picking up that equipment down there, just so we don't screw up our menu. Easy.
Ooh, I
Not
missed
bad.
it, yeah.
Looking down at the ground to get rid of the lag.
Just lag.
Yeah, I don't even know if it lags on PC, does
No,
it?
it definitely doesn't. It won't lag anyway.
It's just force a habit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you killed some soldiers before that room with the force soldier fight. That's a difference in beginner FM as well. Isn't that for some experience points routing?
Yeah, so I killed 3 soldiers. I think they each give like 4 XP. And it's because if you pay attention, right before we fought guard armor, the last soldier leveled us up and gave us a strength up. And that makes a big difference too. It saves a lot of time. Last time
Yep,
I
that
timed
makes sense.
Because as you saw, guard armor died very fast. Like we do insane damage right now. We just don't have scan. So you can't
Yeah.
tell.
Takes a while to get scanned, doesn't it? Or you guys put it on around Parasite Cage, I believe, in this category. If I'm not mistaken, unless that's an old route.
No, yeah, actually, I put it on in Halloween Town now.
Oh wow, even later. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're not gonna be seeing no HP bars for quite a minute.
Yeah.
But just know that we're broken. We're doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. And I just did a menu there, so it's in Japanese, hard to see what's happening, but basically just take Goofy's ether. He can use it sometimes, which would be annoying. But yeah, he didn't use it that time, so we had the ether. And we don't get that many ethers in this run. Just a few every now and then. We're getting that one, and then we put on Brave Warrior over the Ribbon, which is an item that we got from beginner mode. The Ribbon is. Brave Warrior we got from Guard Armor, I think. And then we got Dodge Roll, which makes us go faster.
Yeah, dodge roll is like the primary movement in the game. It's a little bit faster than running. So we're going to be rolling around everywhere. And in the gummy menu here, we just took off all of the pieces of the gummy because the more pieces you have on the gummy ship, the slower it moves. So we strip our gummy down to a little tissue box. We don't even need a gun because we don't have to really destroy anything. And just the cockpit and the engine will do us and get us through these gummy missions quicker.
Yeah, it's a huge difference in how fast it goes when you're like a smaller weight class.
Yeah, saves a lot of time, honestly. And honestly, it's just nice to get through these little auto scrollers quicker because you can't really like do much to speed this up other than use gummy pieces that can boost you with engines or like just strip your gummy down. That's the best you can do to get through this quicker.
Yeah, that's the nice thing actually is that in this game you can speed up the gummies with paste and stuff, which is why like the money route matters.
Yeah,
as I mentioned before. But yeah, in the other game, well, in Cage 2, I guess I run Cage 2 mainly. But in Cage 2, the gummies are just completely auto scrollers. You can't change them at all.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but they're a lot more interactive. They tried to put more stuff to do in them at least. So from the casual perspective, I kind of get why they wanted you to go through it on a streamlined way.
Landing in Wonderland, not going to Olympus. Olympus is completely optional.
Another thing with the gummies as well that I thought was worth mentioning, the reason that you put a gun on in the PS2 versions specifically is because the game will pop so many enemies on the screen that it will actually start to lag. So with the gun, you can shoot them, clear them, and then reduce the lag and get through them slightly quicker. So there is kind of a way to speed them up without the engines, but that's a like actually sort of thing.
I mean, it's true though. Poor little PS2 is always chugging along trying to get through without lagging, but there's a lot of places where it will lag in the gummy menus, and you actually do need a gun.
If you've ever only seen like HD or FM speedruns of this, go and watch a PS2 speedrun of the section. I think it's either the second visit of Hollow Bastion or the visit to End of the World, where there's like
End of the World
white diamond ships, and there's like 35 of them.
Yeah, the game literally goes to like 5 FPS. It's dying.
It's very jarring if you've never seen it before.
All right, fun thing here. We're going out to a minigame. 5 presents are gonna drop. So they're all evidence boxes. We got one of them, which means that only one of them will be the soldier. And I want the soldier because it saves 2 seconds. So I want you guys all to call which one you think is the first one that drops. I think that's
Oh my god, that was sus. I couldn't even tell, man.
I think that's
It goes so much faster in this version.
My guess is far right.
It looked correct. Oh, it's probably the one to the right of it.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, if you don't pick the soldier,
one
of your party members will get
far
locked
right.
down.
Option 5, I think, is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have been it too.
We'll have to check the tapes.
If you get the soldier, then you skip the animation. We just got Goofy game trapped. It's not a big deal. I wish you could know which one was it though. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, actually, you can know. You just like go back into VOD and frame count it.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to see in 60 because it's just they drop so quickly. 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Crank Tower. Basically, the goal of that fight was to just break all the cranks on the tower. It's actually kind of weird how that tower works. Your attacks do a set amount of damage that doesn't factor in your strength. More so like the amount of hits and the type of hits you land, like single hits or finishers. So Ninten did a pretty good job of getting all the cranks and the tower itself broken down.
Yeah, it's interesting because so basically every hit you do does 1 damage. And I'm pretty sure your finisher does 5 damage. So like if you miss a finisher hit on the tower, then it's over. Like you do so
It is
much...
tough. Yeah.
And yeah, so we have to delay our combos too because for some reason you can't hit it too fast either. It has like iframes kind of. So,
yeah. After every hit, it kind of has a little bit of invincibility, so you want to delay the combo so that all of the hits land. And right here, we're doing like a little kind of a exploit where we're skipping the Heartless in that room by doing a particular jump and opening the latch to get to the next room there. Here's good old FM Trickmaster.
That's a surprisingly tough jump up onto the table as well.
Yeah, it can be for sure. Yeah, I've missed out a lot.
Alright, so here we just want to knock him down with 2 single hits just like that, get a full combo in when we can, and alternate between the 2. Basically, you don't want to do a finisher while he's rising because you'll clank and get knocked away. You just kind of want to do the single hits because you can do those without clanking too far and actually get the fight done pretty quick. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah, like basically you just want to make sure that you're hitting him when he stands up, because that knocks him straight back down again. Which that can be pretty tight. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know if I got the optimal damage there when he was knocked down, but it was enough that I didn't lose much time.
Yeah, it's hard to hit him when he's standing up like that because you really have to input your attacks at like the peak of your jump. If you're even a little bit too low, you'll clank or you'll whiff. So it's difficult for sure.
Yeah, and yeah, so that trick we did where we skipped the enemies in the other room before Trickmaster, that's the thing we'll be doing a lot, is trying to like activate a reaction command before anything spawns in the room, because you can't do them when the command menu is red. But it takes a second for it to become red. So if you're fast enough on activating the reaction command, then you can do it before enemies spawn.
Yep, now we're heading over to Deep Jungle. This is the Tarzan world that everybody got lost in as a kid. But it's honestly kind of simple in the speedrun sense. You just kind of enter and exit the same rooms a couple times. A lot of heartless fights that you have to do here. I think maybe like 3 bosses in total, 2 Sabors and a Clayton. So this world is not too bad in the speedrun, I would say. Clayton is pretty consistent in Final Mix as well.
Yeah, no, it's actually not a bad world. It's just power wilds, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy. And when it comes to getting lost, the way I think of it is that you either go to James' tent or you go to the treehouse.
Yeah, those are like the main hubs for progression in this world. If you don't know where to go, go there. Either of those places. You'll probably hit a story progression point and get through it.
Yeah.
And then the boys are going to be yapping. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was mentioning, Sasayo mentioned earlier that the jump to the table was kind of hard. There's a lot of like surprisingly hard jumps. You might not be able to tell when you're watching, but like the movement is pretty nuts sometimes. It's not that easy.
Not at all. Especially with like the analog stick camera. I feel like it's a little bit harder personally. That's probably my bias from being used to the shoulder camera from PS2, but it's kind of weird to be moving your camera and your character at the same time in this game while doing jumps. Nice Sabor.
My unbelievably hot take is that right stick camera is stupid.
Agreed.
In this game. I think it's actually terrible. Because, like, okay, so you've got the command menu. If you've never played this game before for some reason, that little command menu is what Ninten's doing his attacks with and whatever. You don't have like an attack button. You're picking it from that menu and it executes when you press X or so. Depending on what preference. So to move around in that menu, you use the D-pad, but you move around with the left stick. So you don't have 2 left thumbs. So unless you claw grip, you can't like move around in the command menu and move around at the same time. So in the PS2 version, another way that you can move around the command menu is with the right stick. So while you're not inputting something, because why would you be? You're moving in the menu. You can move it with the right stick while you walk around with the left stick, and then it puts the workload over 2 thumbs instead of 1. Like, why would you then change that to the camera? Why would you change right stick to the camera? It makes no sense.
It's an interesting choice. I feel like they redesigned a lot in this game to kind of match Kingdom Hearts 2 for some reason. Like the triangle reaction commands started in Kingdom Hearts 2, I believe. The right analog stick camera might have been in it was KH2. I believe that was the first one to do that as well. So it's interesting how they chose that.
That you just need to get good.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Sure, technically. So you saw Ninten's save warp there. You have to run up to the gorilla. I don't know what the area is called, but it's where like Kerchak doesn't say anything but scornfully walks away from Tarzan, demonstrating that he's not approving of Tarzan bringing people there. And it's literally quicker with load times removed to just walk there by exiting and re-entering the world rather than actually walking there.
Yeah, I think even without load times removed, I think it's still just faster.
On PC,
like, there's
on
a load
PC
time.
probably, yeah. I always get it conflated with like PS3 load times. I watch too much Saiyans.
Right.
Yeah, so like that is one thing to mention, is that the run is played with loadless timer, which means that hardware doesn't matter, which is one of the main like benefits of PC. But along with that, there's a few, like, I don't actually know if there are any, but like generally sometimes that'll affect your routing, because you might want to do more loads for time save with your loadless timer. It also
Yeah, for
removes the
sure.
variance of the loads here, because when you beat a power wild, you can get a fast or a slow fade out if party members grab item or money, and that's a really annoying thing that can happen.
Yeah, that can happen in a lot of places. If you or a party member picks up money at the end of a fight, where normally it would fade into a cutscene that you can skip, the money counter on like the bottom left above your command menu will keep going up, and until that disappears, you can't actually progress. So. But this is Power Wilds. Basically, Ninten wants to take these out as quickly as possible. Blizzard is very good at kind of dealing AoE damage and knocking out multiple monkeys at the same time. And I believe they die in 2 single hits, right? Otherwise,
No,
how much
takes
is it?
3.
3, gotcha.
Yeah. Also, just to know, I actually did the PS2 right there, but just don't pay attention to that. You're meant to save warp there too. It's fine.
PS2 pilled.
I'm trying not to use my magic because I only have 1 ether. It's making it very hard.
Yeah, Ninten also did a menu here earlier before Power Wilds where he turned off auto lock. So this game has a mechanic where it'll automatically lock you on. Go ahead.
Oh, just Ninten did a crazy jump there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
You can jump on the railing because Syo did an even crazier jump on his run. But yeah, so like in PS2, you can basically do more jumps where you can like keyblade swing to get up more height. But here you can't do that. But you can jump on the railing there. It's still pretty tight though.
It's kind of like a makeshift Toji hop, which is what the tech is called in PS2, where you use your single hit to kind of give you some extra height, get up slopes in different platforms.
Alright.
Pretty decent Power Wilds, it seemed. The treehouse was a little bit sus, but it looked like a bad pattern.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, sometimes like the Power Wilds will just spawn really spread out, and it's hard to get them all in Blizzard groups.
So Sabor, I like to get him down with fire. Just because
Yeah, fire does a lot of damage. Nice clank.
Yeah, so you don't want him. So the thing is, if you do a finisher or you like parry him, there's like a few states he can be in, where afterwards he'll almost definitely jump into the woods, and that leaves you like 3 to 4 seconds because you have to wait for him to come back out. So the main thing there is trying to kill him before that happens. Fire is nice because it will do a lot of damage before he has a chance to go into woods. And then after that, it only takes a few combos to kill him or her. I always forget.
It's different everywhere. Apparently, Sabor's male in Kingdom Hearts, but in like the original Tarzan book, it's a female. It's like,
Yeah.
it's inconsistent. So whatever you prefer. But yeah, your magic damage is based on how many MP bars you have. There's like some sort of formula in the game that calculates more damage based on your MP bar. So starting with the staff, that's kind of a benefit of that, is that your blizzards and your fires do a lot more damage at this point. And your magic in general for the rest of the run does. And that was a scripted fight there. The black fruit takes a specific amount of hits to break. Doesn't factor in your damage, kind of like Crank Tower from
That one's
earlier.
just 15 though, and it's just 15 hits, and doesn't matter if you do a finisher or not, just 15.
Yep.
And here's Clayton, so we got phase 1, where he's not on the weird dog.
Not riding the lizard. And now he's riding the lizard. So we want to try to do a combo here to skip the animation of the lizard reappearing.
Yeah, I missed it there.
It's
This is the
difficult.
camera. Yeah, the camera can be weird entering the fight, which is actually a pretty big theme in this game. Is is that a lot of the cameras you kind of want to set up in the room prior, because the room prior will always change where the camera is in the next room. And that's like a huge thing.
That is a big thing, yeah. It can completely change movement in a room based on what angle you enter it in.
Yeah, and also where the camera's facing. Like, there's a lot of factors. Just like
Right.
where Sora's facing and the camera's facing. So there, for some reason, the camera got like messed up at the start, which messes up the setup for animation skip. So we can basically skip that animation by doing a combo and knocking him off the ledge, confusing the game a little bit.
This place right here, this is the true final boss of Deep Jungle, as I like to call it. A lot of FM runners are really good at this jump, Ninten included, clearly. He just hit it first try, let's go.
Crazy. That was excellently done.
Very well done.
It's
yeah, you can grab onto the corner there. Go ahead.
It's a deceiving jump because you want to grab onto that corner, but like instinctively you're trying. I think what happens is that people want to jump left to like as far as they can, but you more so want to jump to the corner itself, because if you try to jump any more left than that, then you don't touch the ledge or something, and like you just like rub it.
Yeah,
That's, like,
you
almost
completely
always
miss
how you
it.
Yeah, it's a really hard jump if you miss it, it's like you just got a Verti game. I consider Clay End to be the end of Verti game. And when
Yeah,
you're
I think that's fair.
That, it's like you just got a good early game and then you just miss one jump and you lose like all your time save. So it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. There was a period of time where I just was so bad at that jump when I was starting out that I just decided to climb the vine, and that is so slow in comparison. Like, it really saves, like, I don't know, 6-7 seconds or something to get that jump, which is a lot in a game like this, beginner FM, where all the micro optimizations matter a lot for time save.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I would recommend new runners climb that vine though. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
Because
I
if
mean,
you miss a jump, it's like pretty much the same.
it's worse. Yeah.
Just one of those things you gotta practice.
For sure.
And some people do it without moving the camera either. Because if I don't really do it blind, but you can do a blind jump there, which is like
Yeah,
nice.
Saiyans does it that way. The Madman.
And
It's
now we
weird.
can go back to Traverse Town through 2 gummies. So yeah, not much happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of downtime here. It's kind of weird, like, I feel like a huge difference in PS2 runners, at least me, compared to a lot of FM runners, is the way that they control Sora through movement is totally different. I feel like in PS2, I like to make sure my camera is behind me at all times, but I see a lot of runners in FM do, like, rolls to the right without turning the camera at all, specific setups that don't even involve camera movement that are so much different than how I'm used to playing. And that room in particular, that waterfall cavern, is kind of a big indicator of that.
That's interesting. Yeah. See, I would have thought the opposite because I feel like sometimes you have less control of the camera in the original.
Yeah.
You'd actually get better at doing like blind jumps and stuff.
Yeah, it just depends on the place that you're at, I suppose. There's a lot of places where that does matter, but yeah, like my whole philosophy is control Sora with the camera from behind. Like, I want the camera facing his back all the time. It's kind of interesting playing that way compared to how I see people play this, but yeah, we're just slowly trudging along through these gummy missions here. We're about to get our boosting gummy pretty soon, so the gummy missions are going to get a lot quicker. But right now, we're just kind of trying to get back to Traverse Town, do some errands, sell our stuff, get the gummy pieces, give the book to Merlin.
So, any questions so far, Sio? Anything that was like weird?
Nothing stands out hugely yet. It's just a lot of stuff that I've watched Saiyans stream this game a lot, and yourself stream this game a lot, so I'm relatively familiar. I think from here is where I'm going to start learning a lot.
Right.
Because Jafar is the first point for me where it all just falls apart.
So we're headed to the waterway now, right?
Yes, we are. And I'll be doing 2 blizzards after 5 dodge rolls. I'm very particular about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine.
There we go.
And now this should despawn everything, hopefully. Yeah, it's fine.
I saw you go to that bottom option to try and... I scouted that.
I didn't see anything.
What are you talking about?
I think I should do 6 dodge rolls because that seemed off, but it's fine. So you just kill those 2 because if you don't kill them, then I think you can still get the despawn, but it's much less consistent. That makes it very consistent. The way I just did it. But your blizzards have to be fast. And that is the thing. Like we mentioned before, like you have to have fast air combos. You have to be good at casting spells too. Because the thing about spells is that you can't do it too fast. So that's like the other hurdle with that. Is if you try to cast too fast, it'll actually cancel the spell before it even starts. So that's a big thing that gets me.
Yeah, that can be really cursed sometimes. Like, in this game, especially in beginner, like, one tiny little mistake like that can lose you so much time. If you just, like, oh, my blizzard didn't come out, rip, like, 5 or 10 seconds. Like, it can be rough. You gotta be very conscious of your timings on everything.
Yeah. Here we're gonna try land a fire while falling. And the fire home's sitting on the door. Now, these platforms are fun. Actually, I just realized I didn't move the camera at all there. Normally I do, but because I'm used to PS2, I don't need to anymore.
Here we're getting the first Merlin cutscenes. Merlin's just gonna set up his base in here with his little bag. And from there, do we get Simba at this point in the run?
Yeah. Yep. We get it.
Gotcha.
Not now though. I'm going to warp to Sid.
Right,
and then
right.
talk about like the book or something. I'm not really sure. I think we're getting the book for Merlin.
Yep.
Right. Oh, so the owl isn't in this version. So if we played on PS2, there's an owl, like outside Merlin's house. Yeah, like the
sound effect.
The sound effect, yeah.
Right, that's not in this.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Bro,
it's not.
what? That's cursed.
Yeah.
That little owl's vibing, man. Don't take him out of the game. Yeah, there's a lot of differences in the sound design and even the graphics as well between the OG and HD versions. It's kind of wild. Obviously, we have like the orchestral soundtrack in this version. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, what are your guys' opinions on that?
Personally, I prefer MIDI. I mean, it's nostalgic. It's what I grew up on, and it just kind of sounds more like a video game soundtrack, if that makes sense. Not hating on this. Like, you know, there's a lot of tracks in this that are really good too, like Hollow Bastion and stuff like that. But I just kind of like that raw, like, video gamey MIDI sound from the originals.
I think if you get the option, I don't care. You can make the game a worse experience for yourself by picking some like arranged soundtrack or whatever. If you want to do that, that's your business. Final Fantasy X's a good example. Original soundtrack is much better. Yeah, original soundtrack way better. The arranged stuff is kind of garbage.
Yeah.
But if it's forced, trash.
I would be inclined to agree.
But it could be worse. It could be Final Fantasy VIII PC. Don't go and look up the OST for Final Fantasy VIII PC, the default one. It's like raw MIDI, and it's like unlistenable.
Is it just like super low quality or something like that?
It's like mega compressed.
No.
The only mod that's allowed for Final Fantasy VIII PC is the PS1 soundtrack. You mod in the PS1 soundtrack.
That's
also,
really
Ninten, I caught that you solved you kept the elixir and all of your accessories. Are you meant to keep all of your accessories?
Yeah, so this is just a micro optimization.
Okay.
I prefer actually I forgot to do menu audio here. It doesn't matter if you can sell your accessories there, but all you need to do is it just changes that menu, so you have to press down twice more, and it's technically less inputs that way because selling is slower, like in general. So yeah, the way I do that. What does Spacey say?
He said, "Don't forget to sell White Fang."
Yeah, I got kind of scared that I did, but I was like, wait, I didn't sell any accessories, so it's fine.
Good.
That was truly muscle memory when I got in that menu. Like, I got... my body was not in my control anymore. So I sold defense ups. That's another thing is that, and that's a micro optimization. Like Sayan's mentioned to me recently that like if you heal, so basically we get defense ups in beginner mode, and we used to use them for a very, very long time, but recently we stopped using them because they're not technically required. But like, so the only time save you get is not selecting them before Dark Side 1, which is like, I don't know how much time it is. Probably.
I think it's like 7 seconds from what I heard Saiyan say.
Yeah. And so if you like cure more times as a result of that, then it's actually not better.
Yeah, you'll probably break even.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that I definitely don't cure too much in the run when it's like a time loss. So for someone like me, it's fine, but definitely don't recommend that for most runners.
Yeah, I forget what all fights it affects. I know Pot Centipede is one of them. It's going to be an upcoming fight in Agrabah. That's one of the fights where the defense matters, but your defense cap becomes so low past that point to where, like, compared to the enemy's attack stat, to where even using those defense ups wouldn't help you. So that's kind of why they're taken out of the route now.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, past a certain point, the enemies are just so strong that your defense is useless, even with tons of defense ups.
Well, I know for End of the World it matters a little bit. Like, you definitely take one less hit. Or either you take one less hit, or like, if you heal, you have less health.
Interesting.
In End of the World, yeah.
Maybe different for PS2 then.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But regardless, this run is not particularly hard compared to all the other cage categories in terms of surviving. Like, you can still die pretty easily in endgame, but it's definitely not as hard as like other categories. Because you have Leaf Bracer, that's the main reason why. Leaf Bracer and MP Rage make it so that if you cure after getting hit, you should always be fine.
Yeah, Leaf Bracer kind of gives you invincibility frames during your cure animation, so you can kind of use it to avoid attacks or like just restore your HP at critical moments. And here we are in Agrabah.
Yep. And Agrabah, again, like other categories of Cage 1, it can be a pretty bad world, but in this run, it's actually not bad at all, I'd say.
Yeah, it seems decent in Final Mix. Jafar, like Sayo's been saying, can be tough, especially for newer runners, because it requires like some super tight timings on things, but Pot Centipede's a little bit more forgiving, not being forced to clank against his pots when he's moving to the next room. And Genie Jafar, you do so much damage that you end the fight quickly before it can get cringe.
Yeah.
Same with Tiger Head, I would say.
And then you go to 1E where Jafar is like actually really random and Pot Centipede is incredibly hard.
Yeah. Yeah. This world is like evil incarnate in 1E. It is a big run killer.
It's part of the same propaganda campaign to make people play the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts 1. There's several reasons
Honestly,
to get like Agrabah is just significantly more.
Yeah, to
That
be
was
honest, it is
really
the
good.
best argument for that. But that was a really good bandits.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, so that was that's actually the main reason why I take off auto lock, because I'm one of the only runners, period, that do that. And that's why, because of that fight. If you have auto lock on, then Sora will always be facing where you're auto locked onto, and then you just miss everything. Like I can never do it.
Yeah, I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but auto lock is a mechanic in the game where it creates a target on nearby enemies without you locking on, and it kind of locks Sora's attacks onto that nearby target. But you can turn that setting off, and you can kind of freely use attacks or magic in whatever direction that you decide without the enemies influencing that. It's very nice for fights like that with lots of enemies that you need to group up. Oh, come on, Bandit.
They'll get him. They'll get him.
Let the boys take care of them. We're good. Oh. The save.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So that was extra dire because the reason that Ninten was very specifically jumping on the little wooden panels sticking out is because if you jump on the floor there, the lower section, another wave of enemies will spawn in. So that was like next level gameplay.
That was some high level gaming.
To take out the bandit with a fire while still keeping on the wooden platforms. That's nuts. Pod centipede time. Let's go.
Centipede time. Yeah, so you're just gonna quickly charge over to the next room here, which is what we want, because where we end the fight actually matters a ton, because that's where you'll be placed on the map. So you can save room transitions by killing him here and then dodge rolling over this way. And now we're gonna spawn in that room. Yeah, the fight was okay. He dies really fast in FM.
True. Oh, we dodged the hit. Nice.
Yeah, that was surprising, actually. I usually get hit by that guy.
Me too, man.
Tiger head, again, he'll die pretty fast. So this is actually a neat thing here. His eyes die in 13 hits, if you can believe that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now we get this eye. And if I kill that eye any sooner, it actually would mess up the fight. So that's why I count the hits and wait before I switch targets.
Solid.
And yeah, climbing up at the start is tight.
Oh, you mean like rolling up that little hill and... Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, Zio was mentioning Jafar being tough for him. Like, for me, when I try to run Final Mix, especially on PC, that is like the tough fight for me. Getting that timing for getting on top of Tiger Head, I always miss it. It is really tight timing.
Yeah. It's funny, because I actually found the opposite when I ran the PS2. I thought it was harder on PS2.
Oh, yeah. We just broke that little pillar to gain access to the treasure room where we can head to fight Jafar.
Yeah, Jafar is pretty consistent fight. Like, I don't mind it because it's consistent, but it is hard. Like, it's one of the like skill checks, because it's like a pretty hard fight for a new runner.
So, we want to do single hits here after using that blizzard. The blizzard pops up with the magic bubble. And once we have the magic bubble, if you stagger Jafar with these single hits here, it'll stop him and make him do this ground pound phase. And that gives us enough time to finish the fight. But it is quite a tight timing on those air combos.
Yeah, so that magic barrier he had will make him, when he gets the barrier, he'll fly away. And between when he's super armored and then when he starts to fly away is when like he's vulnerable, like when he starts flying away. And you want to hit him 3 times to keep him there and then make him attack again. And yeah, if that timing is hard. So if you miss that, then it's pretty much over.
Yeah, he flies away at hyper speed in this game. He is very fast, so you kind of have to be on it with that timing. In this fight here, we just want to start with some blizzards for some damage on Jafar, and then just do as many hits on Iago as we can to take him out before he starts moving in any weird directions. Easy peasy.
One of the easier fights in this game. Unless Iago goes to... Like, he can go on the left sometimes. I'm pretty sure that's if you damage him incorrectly. Because he doesn't do that for me.
Like under damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or over damage or something, I'm not sure.
Here we're going to do a little death abuse through this cave escape minigame. We're going to take as many hits from these rocks as we can, because you can actually die in this minigame, and it'll end the sequence early. So...
Okay, so fun thing. I discovered that if you hold right here, you save like 1 second.
Really? I didn't even know there was any time save here. That's interesting. I guess you cut the corner quicker.
Yeah, that's why. I guess that's why, because it doesn't, like, if you just watch it, it doesn't really seem like you're going faster, but you just end it faster. And so that's actually optimal, because you can die here, even if you miss, like, a rock.
Nice. I was wondering why you did that. I've been seeing you do that for a while. I found that there's like an extra rock that you can take damage from if you roll to the left, but that actually probably loses time knowing that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is if you can actually die. I know on PC there's actually a task death, I'm calling it, where you can actually get hit by enough rocks that you die a fire pit earlier. But that is like insanely hard. Like, I've only seen it once ever. So yeah. And now we're going to Monstro.
Everyone's favorite whale, especially mine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Monstro is a pretty straightforward world as well. There's only 2 bosses here, and it's the same boss with kind of the same mechanics. He gets like an extra stagger or knockdown mechanic on the second boss fight. But fast air combos, try not to get hit, really is where all your time save comes. And we do have like a really interesting platforming skip in this world as well.
While we're on the way over, we did have a $10 donation from Spacey L1, who says, "Good luck on purple stuffless Ninten."
Let's go with Spacey. Yeah,
Let's
purple
go,
stuffless. So when Jafar was doing the attack, so at the very end before he died, I was 2 hits away from killing him before dodging his purple stuff. And if you kill him, you can kill him before he does purple stuff, which I call purple stuffless. But
New tech game, let's go.
Thank you, Spacey. And yeah, so moving on to Monstro. There's actually probably the hardest movement trick here called Chamber 3 Skip, which is gonna be cool if I hit it. We'll see.
I believe. You still doing you still have auto lock turned off, right?
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, Ninten introduced me to the light with that one. I miss chamber skip all the time on PS2, but with that auto lock feature turned off, makes it a lot easier to land it, and it does save a lot of time. More so on the PS2 because the loads are longer, but it still saves a pretty considerable amount of time in this too.
Yeah, on here I think you save like 5, which is a lot when you're going
pretty
for
good for this. Yeah, right.
Yeah. But if you go for it and miss it, it's just pretty annoying.
Oh yeah, it is so frustrating. I hate whenever the game loads in, I try to time it, and the input just doesn't happen. I pressed it too early, and I just either clank on the wall or nothing comes out. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's another place where the new long swim actually helps save a little bit of time.
Yeah, I love that. It's such a nice.
So good.
It's very rare that we see a time save that just works like for every category, always like all throughout the game, like just a pure time save.
Here's chamber skip. So let's see if Ninten can get it. I believe in the gamer. It's a pretty tough trick. So you're gonna want to try to swing when this room loads. Nice.
Oh yeah,
Just
the
barely
angle.
missed the angle. Yeah.
Yeah, I was used the. So what happened actually is that because I clanked, it made it a bit more awkward. Because I think I was like further inside of the cove. So I prefer. It's definitely much better to not clank when you're hitting into the load zone there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, clanking pushes you further into that little chamber room there, and you kind of have to like adjust yourself because if you don't, you'll bonk your head on top of it and just fall straight down. So it's hard, man.
Yeah. So all it did is that it changed. So there's one room we have to go to access that top platform instead.
Yep. Here's Parasite Cage. We just want to try to combo this dude as quickly as we can. If you combo him perfectly, you can basically keep him staggered for majority, if not all of the fight. He's being difficult right now.
Yeah, the other thing is that he can break out from like randomness. I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I wondered if it had something to do with like party members attacking and stuff like that, but if you're slow on your combo, he'll break out, or some random factor it can happen as well. We're getting some more movement here. There's a chest in front of us that has high jump, so we're going to be able to jump higher now. Oh yeah, it's on the boat.
Yeah,
And you start on the ground here.
That's a
Right.
great difference between versions there. Oh god. Here we go.
Now we got the high jump. We are gaming. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys do the platforming movement to get up here because the the Zetris jump doesn't work.
Yeah, there's another jump you can do on other versions.
What
Oh,
the?
gosh. Yeah, I got stuck under that thing.
That was weird.
Alright, so this fight is much more consistent.
Missed the
They go too
intro.
fast.
It's all good. We're gonna keep him locked down with some air combos here, and eventually he's gonna open his mouth, kind of get knocked down somewhat, and from there you just do single hits. Because finishers will... Oh, does it work in this too? Oh, it does! Yo.
Apparently it does.
Nice.
I didn't actually know.
We just found this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, single hits, if you're attacking from the front, are better because a finisher will kind of make him exit that knockdown phase, a finisher or two. But if you stand on the side of him, like kind of towards his cheeks, and do finishers, it doesn't matter. Like, he won't get up. So it's cool that that works in Final Mix too.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until I ran. I didn't know that was a thing until 30 FPS, and I just tried it. Apparently it works. That's cool.
Heck yeah, dude.
And now there's a coin flip on if we get or miss Monstro. Not actually. So on the PS2 version, you can miss Monstro when you're warping to Monstro, but on Final Mix to change it so you always get Monstro when you warp to him, which is slower, but it means that we can get the Water Gleam chest here.
Yeah, it's honestly a good change because in the PS2 run, yeah, Monstro can just decide, nah, I don't really feel like it. I'm not gonna show up today. And if that does happen, wow, you saved a minute. But if he's like, nah, you're getting swallowed again, plus 1 minute, you're getting destroyed. So it's nice to have it consistently appear every time, so you can just route in grabbing the Dumbo chest in here.
Yeah, and we're grabbing Dumbo for a thing called Dumbo Skip, which we'll be talking about when we get there. And again, so Silent Hill 2 Luck found that if you skip, Dumbo Skip actually doesn't save time according to new findings, but I haven't learned any of that yet, so we're not gonna deal with it.
He's been begging me. He's like, bro, you need to learn no Dumbo. I'm like, it seems sus, man, but I'll try.
On PS2, that sounds nuts.
Yeah, I mean, he said it added like a bunch of extra loading screens, so I'm like, I'm not sure, but I definitely want to test it. You know, I don't want to rule anything out before I've given it a good look.
On PC, it only saves like a few seconds.
Yeah, so
That's kinda
that's
crazy.
kind of what made me think it would be weird on PS2.
Yeah, but anyway, we're not doing any of the new stuff quite yet. There's like a bunch of micro optimizations that they found that overall probably saved like 15 or so seconds, but it's a lot of learning, a lot of new stuff.
Yeah. Halloween Town Gaming.
Halloween Town is where I would say between like top to like mid-level runners is where like a big difference is, because you can just save or lose a lot of time to like really micro stuff here.
Yeah.
It's like for
there's
me
some tough
personally,
strategies.
I was like trying to compete against record for my like on my summer best. I'm like my splits were always like pretty consistently good, except for here. I would lose like 15 seconds for like nothing.
Was it
It's
just
pretty
like the
hard to
Heartless fights, or
Yeah, just like,
the bosses in particular?
It's like mainly just all the fights, because the fight coming up here, you can actually lose a pretty large amount of time if you don't do it perfectly well.
Yeah, one thing I'm still bad at in that fight is like forcing the Heartless or the White Knights to spawn. Like, I still don't know where to jump to do that.
Oh, I can help you with that.
Big brain, let's go, dude.
But yeah, that's like the big thing right there. Is getting the fast spawns.
Yeah, you can lose multiple seconds by not getting them.
Did I put on
What
Ray
was
Light?
that menu there?
I don't know if I put on Ray Light.
Honestly, I can't tell because I'm not used to this MP amount.
Okay, so there's a fast spawn right there. You have to do a high jump as soon as the shadows die. And then this one, you have to jump backwards and forwards. I didn't do it right there. That's okay. I don't think I put on Ray of Light though, so I think I had to do an extra visit there.
Yeah, I think that's something meant to be free. That
Yeah.
looked a bit weird to me even.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go, yep.
Yeah, so this Ray of Light is actually a somewhat newer route, comparatively to like a lot of other stuff in the game, where you kill those things in like one less blizzard. So I had to do one more blizzard there, which is fine because I actually got most of it. I got the fast spawn on the ghosts. I didn't get it on the gargoyle, on the wyverns, whatever. White Knights, they're called. Yeah, it's fine. So for the White Knights, you just have to jump backwards and then pull forward. It doesn't matter where you are in the map. You just have to be in the air and then move back and forwards again.
Okay, interesting.
And then for the ghosts, you have to kill the as soon as the shadows die. And I think it's like pretty precise. You have to do a full jump forwards, and that makes the ghost spawn.
Interesting. I didn't even know that either. I knew about the White Knight one, but not that.
Yeah. And it does work on PS2. I got it today, I think.
Nice. Oh, yo, the Keyblade swing. We skipped that whole second platform. Nice.
Yeah, so that was graveyard skip. Like the thing we did in Wonderlands where... Oh wait, what pattern did I get? I get 3? Shits.
I think it was 2-1.
Yeah, it was
on that one.
2-1. Sorry, excuse my language. That was 6. Was that 5-2-5? It's not that bad.
Nah, decent. And that chest is just a key item we need to give to the doc so that we can progress the game. And we got black fungus to spawn there, so let's hope they don't spawn again later.
Yeah, black fungus, they just lose time because you can't kill them fast. And you just have to leave the room and come back, because like, you need to activate the reaction commands, and you can't do it when they're there.
Yeah, they're really tanky, so it's just more worth it to exit and re-enter the room to get the other Heartless fight that spawns. It's like I think it's a little bit more rare than the regular Heartless to get Black Fungus, but yeah, definitely loses time, so we want to get the White Knights and the Gargoyles when we go there next.
Yeah, it feels like it should be more rare, but...
It happens all the time,
It happens a lot,
It's like
yeah.
a 50-50, it feels like.
Yeah, it feels like a 50-50. Here we go, we got it.
And we got the Heartless. And you can kind of tell if you get them before the game loads in, because you can hear them spawn in. That's nice.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good fight. So believe it or not,
Saiyans.
like I've already lost like 20 seconds to where I could be, which was from the graveyard partly, but like still, it's crazy how much more faster you can go.
Yeah, little things just add up over time that you wouldn't even think are that huge of a deal, but especially in a category like this, it can stack up pretty quick.
Oh, this is Manor Climb.
Also known as Community Climb, because so many bits and pieces of this climb were discovered by so many different people in the community.
Yeah, speaking of which, there's a new jump there I started implementing recently from Nick V. He found a jump there that you grab that like saves time based on what I saw.
Yeah, I've noticed that was a new addition as well. I just started seeing that when watching you do the runs. And Lock, Shock, and Barrel here. These kids are extremely annoying. They roll around everywhere. They troll you. You want to try to group them with blizzards the best you can, and then just finish them off. And we gotta hit the switch. So that switch next to the kids, we gotta hit that thing, because if we don't, Oogie's door is locked, and we gotta climb all the way back up here to unlock it. So it's really important.
I've made that mistake twice.
It's so bad, man.
To be
It's
fair, it was
painful
on
when
my
you do.
literal first 2 runs of the PS2 version. There was a lot. I was dealing with a lot. But, yeah, I made that mistake twice. It feels terrible.
Yeah, because you go down to the door and then you have to go all the way back up.
You're just like, well, what's going on? Why am I locked out, bro? This is Oogie. We're on Oogie's little carousel. You want to try to hit both of those gargoyles with Blizzard when the fight starts, because it'll make them fly down to you quicker. But you can still get them to fly down decently. And you also want to block your party members out of the ring when you're fighting Oogie, because each hit dealt by them counts towards his revenge attack, I guess. You can only do, I think, 10 hits before he pushes you off the platform. Nice, great dice reflex.
Jesus.
Yeah, and if you reflect those dice there like Ninten did, you can just skip his retaliation attack and just go straight back into hitting him again. So that's a really good fight there.
Yeah, that's extremely good. That dice reflect is a really hard trick to do. Even like top runners will miss it.
Oh yeah, I miss it all the time in my own game, and it's I feel like it's harder to do the air hit. Ninten's used to doing the air hit, but man, doing that underhand swing and getting all 3 is cracked.
Yeah, I'm surprised I got it there, because usually they need to be bunched up, but they were pretty spread out. I don't know how I hit them all.
Oogie Manor, cursed fight. It's not so bad in beginner because you do so much damage to these little pimples all over him. These things are what you need to break to actually defeat the boss here. You can take him out with like a full combo pretty easily. It's really like the platforming that can be a little tough for especially newer runners. Oh no, not the snipe.
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay, good save, good save. Yeah, the fireballs can be random. It's quite annoying.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There you go.
The wyverns can be annoying too, whatever they're called.
Oh, come on, Wyvern. Bro is hating right now. He's gatekeeping that platform. Alright, we made it though. Nice.
That guy was paid off by the 1E runners trying to get me to switch off PC. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's super cursed whenever they literally stand right next to that part of the jump that you need to land. They're just camping you. But yeah, that's Halloween Town. Pretty quick, but lots of, honestly, pretty difficult tricks here. And very difficult fights as well to do optimally. And we're gonna head straight to Neverland from this, and we are going to get there guaranteed because we are playing on PC.
Yeah, so at this point in the game, on every other version but PC, you have pretty much a 70% chance of getting hook ship, and you need to get hook ship to progress the game. If you miss it, you just have to turn around and go back and try to get it again, and you can miss it infinite times. So the record is like 7 or 6 misses around there.
Yeah,
by,
that's
I think,
horrible.
Cider. I think so. I might be. I'm not sure who has it, but yeah, it's like 6 misses you can get. But like, yeah. So on PC version, we have a mod that makes it so you always get hook ship, just because it makes the run a lot better when you don't have a coin flip like an hour in.
Yeah, you can see at the top of the screen there, hook ship 100%. That's like the little watermark indicating that the mod is active, that's being used. Just means that it will show up 100% of the time. It definitely helps, or it helped a lot in PC becoming so optimized because runners were able to actually get more runs done past this point. Because yeah, at a certain point of optimization, if you missed hook ship, your run was done. It was over. Time to reset. But thankfully, that's not an issue anymore for PC.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an issue for like PS2 and other and like if
PS4
you want
and
to
all
run on
that
PS4
stuff.
and stuff. Yeah, like if you
Yeah.
miss hook ship, it is just run dead, and it's like
Yep.
over halfway done with the run.
Yeah, it's painful.
And on PS2, you have to get the Monstro luck and the hook ship luck at the same time.
Gee, PS2, why does your game let you have 2 hook ships? It's so bad.
But we all love it.
We do.
Excuse me, very squeaky chair.
Any questions about anything, Sio?
No, I'm just observing. Just observing.
Observing.
It is
Lurking in the
funny that like
shadows.
the world that has a chance to spawn in is like okay. Like on PS2 for example, like, okay, so we rolled the 7%, the ship is spawned in, and you're rewarded with that.
Yeah. The worst fights.
What's the thing is that the game does not get any easier. It just gets harder from here. So if
It
you get
really
hook
does.
ship, you gotta lock in. It's like, okay, one shot, one opportunity.
Pretty much, man. And you're gonna be doing the stop strats on anti-soar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is pretty difficult as well. It requires extremely precise air combos and stops. But it makes for a really quick fight if you can actually get it all down.
I think would this be the first boss where, without the stop strats, that is, where looping is a thing?
Yes. Kind of. Hang on a sec.
No, you're all good.
I gotta lock in for this. Okay.
Ah, just barely missed it.
Yeah, that's just unlucky. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can do much about it.
Yeah. Now we get the loops going.
Nice.
Nice.
All things considered, really, really, really good fight.
Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna have a go at explaining looping after this menu.
You can explain it now if you want. There we go.
So I may be wrong, and feel free to jump in and correct me. But basically, with the Kingdom Hearts 1 sort of battle mechanics, after a certain amount of hits, bosses will sort of retaliate and break out of your combo. So what you are doing is hitting that cap, they will bust out of the combo, and then you time an attack to before they respond with an actual turn, but late enough for them to no longer be countering, you can re-combo them and loop that over and over. It's basically just stun locking with very precise timing, which is by the Anti-Sora boss. You know, it would disappear for a moment and then swing its Keyblade, and then Ninten would time it so that before it went back underground, it was already getting comboed by the time it was able to.
Yeah, and that was actually a really good way of putting it. It's getting more into the weeds now, but yeah, it's like if you're familiar with Kingdom Hearts 2, there's a thing called revenge value. This game doesn't have that, but basically it usually flinches is what makes the boss retaliate. So it kind of has a flinch count. So Anti-Sora after 5 punches will disappear and then attack. And then he'll repeat that over and over again. That's his like retaliation. As Sayo said.
Yeah, another thing that's kind of important as well is like HP amount. There's a lot of fights where they'll change phases or change behavior based on how much HP they have remaining. And that kind of factors in with Anti-Sora a bit too. He doesn't start like that disappearing loop until a certain amount of HP, at least in PS2. That was a really good hook fight.
Yeah,
you really just want to keep him
nasty.
locked down.
That was a really good fight, yeah. That was like perfect.
Awesome.
You actually count. If you do it that fast, you can beat him in 6 stops. That's an advanced strat. Otherwise, you can just do a full combo, and it might take like another stop.
The stop kind of negates everything that I just explained though, because it prevents them from moving, and when they do come back, they take a bunch of extra hits based on how many times you hit them during the stop itself, I think.
Yeah, it like catches their damage up and
yeah. So stop is kind of like a way to they can never break out. You can just, as long as you're being fed MP by your teammates, you just get to keep whacking. Trying to think, that will be on one later boss, definitely, and one forced fight. It's like Dragon Lifson and I think some people use it on Invisibles and some don't. I think.
Yeah.
I think it can be a safety strat for Invisibles.
I think I'll do it in Fun Arrest, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we don't actually use it too much. But stop is incredibly powerful. It's a very nice tool because it makes things consistent. Like if you didn't have stop on hook, it would just be terrible.
It would be horrific.
Yeah.
CKHJ.
Uh-oh. Propaganda.
I'm the propagandist now.
Saiyans is going to be asking to join the call any minute.
Now we're turning in one of our other stones to get Dumbo. This is the Water Gleam stone we picked up in Monstro. Let's just do a skip later. We're actually coming back to... Yeah, I don't know if it's faster than Glide. I haven't tested it yet. But yeah, we're coming back to Traverse Town to actually fight a boss that was unlocked quite a while ago. It was Opposite Armor. Opposite Armor is unlocked on the first Traverse Town revisit whenever you deliver the book to Merlin. But you're just a lot stronger. You have better tools. You have Ars Arcanum now. You have Guard, so you can clank him and kind of make the fight a lot smoother. So it's better to do it now than when it first unlocks.
Yeah, and do everyone trying to learn off the run. From this run, I didn't do that right. I was actually meant to save it, but yeah, no, it's fine. Just taking a scenic route.
Decent roof fight.
That was really good, yeah.
Yeah, the roof fight can be kind of cursed. You kind of just want to time that R's to hit as many of those little Magician Heartless as you can. Depending on which one survive, like if the lightning one survives, it can kind of jolt around and be annoying to hit, so it's really nice to be able to clean them up that quickly.
Yeah, and you can even... There's a lot of ways that the game control you at this point. So Donald can stop them, first of all.
That is terrible.
Funny. Yeah, it's funny when that happens. You just stop them, and then you have to wait for it to end. Otherwise, they can also just fly away to, like, China, and you're just screwed over it. Like, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. You kind of get baited here. Guard armor spawns first, and you're like, oh, I've already beaten this guy, and you knock him down and no effort at all, but he respawns his opposite armor, which is a much more annoying boss. for reasons like this, where he likes to fly around. But once you break him, it kind of staggers him a bit, lets you take out his limbs just like that. Gives you a little bit of time to take care of him.
Cool trick here.
And once he turns into a cannon like this, if you break the limb, oh, missed the R's. Yeah. If you break the limb while he's a cannon, he doesn't have invincibility frames, and you can just take him out quickly. Otherwise, he would have some iframes that would last a while.
Yeah, I was trying to do a neat thing there. You can do where you R's off the ledge, but it's fine.
Yeah, it looks really
It's all
cool
good.
when you just jump up top and do the initial hits.
What is Sid wearing around his waist?
That is a great question. My man's got like a gamer sash on or something.
It's a squatting. It's a squatting belt.
Oh, is that what it
makes
is?
sense.
Really?
It's not actually no. It's just
Oh, okay. I was like,
Syo baiting us over here.
yeah. In Final Fantasy VII, it's canon that he can squat 520 pounds. So he's got his belt on for that.
My man is swole.
I mean, look at that!
I mean, look
Come
at
on, look
him,
at the
bro. He kinda
saunter.
is
He
swole,
probably that does look like a guy that can squat 520.
yeah, he looks pretty buff. But the boat is not meant to be that huge, man. That's a weird boat.
I'm not gonna hear that from someone that can't squat 520. So
All right, what's everyone's squat PB here?
519.
I'm squatting the marshmallows on the stick like SpongeBob, dude.
Oh crap. Okay. All right. Put on Flare G there. We just got that from Neverlands after being hooked. Oh yeah, Opposite Armor is a fight that can be really. I used to think of it as like another Black Fungus spawn, because if you get the bad pattern, you can lose this about the same amount of time, like 5 to 10 seconds. But there's a new strat from Luck that I tried to do there. I actually messed it up, which is why the fight went weird. But it's a very, very hard strat, but you can make it consistent, even if you get a bad pattern.
So sad that Heartless Ship doesn't explode in this game.
Yeah.
I didn't know that that was a new strat, though. Is it, you try to break the foot while also dealing damage to the other foot with ours?
Yeah, but so you have to do a target swap between like the 4th and 5th hit, and that's really hard on PS2 because you have to time the R's presses at the same time.
Oh, right, yeah.
But you have to target swap mid R's, and then target, like, there's just a really complex amount of inputs that are very precise.
Yeah.
Now I can't help but notice that you've added the Flare G instead of replacing the Fear G. So you've got the two engines. The notes say replace.
Yeah, just because that menu, that's just the way I do it, I'm pretty sure is the optimal way. I think the one that
Then
the notes are just slightly unoptimal.
I've been deceived. I will be adding Flare G from now on. That's okay. No notes have hurt me as much as glitched your original notes. I have a bone to pick with
Oh,
you.
man.
It's time to bring
I'm
it
so
up.
sorry.
It's time to bring it up.
The menus are like, it would say like do this after you're like, after you've already, it's too late, right?
No,
like,
it's not even
Yeah,
that. It's not even
yeah. Okay, guys. I'm just-
I've received irreparable damage. So in Wonderland, it says evidence box with the heart list is the last one to fall.
Oh, nice. That's genius. I'm the goat for that one.
So,
It is totally the opposite, actually. It's the first one to fall.
it's the first one to fall. And that has done irreparable damage to me. I'm only just now getting out of the habit of picking the one that I see like last.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
No,
It's-
I know. It's like the worst thing about making your notes and whatnot, like, or a guide public, is that like there'll just be some amount of issues with it. And
Right, yeah.
It's
I've had
no
to do
one's-
so many
it's-
revisions.
We're only human. It's all good. But
Oh yeah, I mean my personal notes are just like complete like you would not be able to know. It's just like
Yeah.
you wouldn't know.
Mine
But,
are the
like,
same.
Yeah.
Like
No
for
one understands
myself.
them. Yeah, for me. If they're like, so if those ever become public, that's why, because people will ask me all the time, like, can I have your like plat notes or something? And I'm like, no one can understand them but me.
Like, bro, you're gonna be reading hieroglyphics. Like, this is gonna mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
shout out to another really stupid mistake I made once, is I was just mashing triangle to try and get to that button as early as possible, but I walked a little bit too close to that door, and Beast
you made him
charges
roar?
through it. Yeah, he charges through it, and like all the Heartless spawn in, and you have no actual weapon. Oh yeah, so the story for anyone who's following, I guess, the Keyblade is now with Riku. Thus, Donald and Goofy have gone with the Keyblade. So we just got a little wooden sword and Beast. So you can only fight with magic, really. So yeah, it's extra punishing for like you want to fight as little as possible because you can only fight with magic and it's inherently slower. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of cringe.
But
You
we
came
just
all
got-
this way with the boys, and they just leave you behind.
It's very cringe, actually. I think it's messed up. But yeah, just that one defender just uses gravity, and a beast will basically always attack. Sometimes he will take his time, but you should attack right there.
Yeah, Beast is a real one, man. Beast is there for you through and through. He carries you with this wooden sword, man.
And he's also he's like the strongest party member, I think.
He is. He's super OP. He can just clear huge hordes of Heartless at once with one attack. He's got some pretty strong hits, especially on crit. He's just good, man. And he's cool.
Yeah.
I always thought Beast was like the coolest pick for a Hollow Bastion Disney character. It just fits so well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So here we're gonna be trying to despawn these Dark Balls because it's again much faster than fighting them without any
Yes,
resources.
I got it. This is a strat that I found.
Ooh, fast despawn? That
Yeah,
was crazy fast.
Ultra fast despawn.
Wow, I've never
yeah,
seen that.
Yeah, it's a strat that I found recently too, where
GG.
you press triangle at the right time to call a beast over to do something, and then you turn the camera around. And if you do it right, like it's a lot of things there are very precise, but you should get that despawn. Where the reason I have it is because Beast is stuck underwater. That's why he wasn't on screen.
Oh, I was about
And-
to say, where was he?
Yeah, he was underwater. Like, like I guess you can use a bubble to get there. I'm not sure, but he was like stuck
Weird.
somewhere. And that, for some reason, party members, where they are on screen really determines when you get the blue menu as well. It's not just Sora.
Yeah. So the Riku 1 strat, we're doing air combos or R's? Both, looks like.
Mostly just ours. No, yeah, both. It's gonna be both, I guess.
Okay, yeah, nice. Donald with the clutch heal.
It's fine.
Anyone who says Donald doesn't heal in this game is capping. My man will heal you till the end of days.
Oh, yeah.
It's
very
notoriously hard to kill yourself in this game because he just heals you out of it every single time.
consistent. Yeah, and like, it's the same with every other Cage game, too. Like,
Honestly, yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you might want to die on purpose to retry a fight or something. Before we had soft reset mods and things like that, and it was impossible.
Doing
Just
the
doing Puzzle, yeah.
yeah library puzzle. There's a more longer puzzle you can do to get stuff like Dalmatians, but all we have to do is like trade 3 books. And then I love the movement out here. It's always been like my favorite movement section, just because there's a lot going on, I guess. There's not really that much going on. It's just kind of cool to me.
Yeah, we got the swag slide here, dude. We slide down the railing.
Yeah, and these pots are really hard to get like that.
Oh yeah, that is tougher than it looks.
I actually think doing these like long hops like this are better.
It kind of seems like it would be because you're gaining more distance towards like
Yeah.
the next thing.
You're basically, because you have to land anyway. All the lag from the jump has already happened. You're just getting distance from it instead.
Right. And this
Then here-
statue's kind of annoying sometimes, but you got it. Nice.
Yeah, so that, I'm pretty sure, I learned this from BB a long time ago, and I think it's true, that if party members are on the statue, that's when you get a 3 push or a 4 push.
Oh,
But if the
really?
party members
Huh.
are, like, away from it, then you should be fine.
Interesting. I always thought it was, like, camera angle based.
Yeah, I don't think it's, like, that can be annoying too, though. It's like, if you're not holding the right direction. I don't think
Oh, we missed the swag slide, but it's all good. But yeah, that makes sense. We're basically just picking up these emblem pieces so that we can get through that door right there.
Yeah, you can slide on that thing and then get, like, a Tony Hawk jump, but it's fine.
Tony Hawk jump. So Riku lost the Keyblade again. The boys are back. In that cutscene we missed, the boys changed their mind about betraying you. They're like, you know what, Sora, you're a cool guy. We're gonna go hang out with you again, and you get your Keyblade back because your friends are your power. So now we're just gonna stop gravity, fire on this gargoyle here to destroy him while we're flying to this little chest. It's actually a gummy piece that we need to go faster. And that creates the blue menu early for us. So we can open it up.
Yeah, I think I did one more gravity than I needed, but it doesn't matter for your MP here.
It's all good.
I was going to mention, when you fought Riku 1, he actually, so like as we were talking about earlier, the revenge like mechanic in this game, he attacks after 3 hits. And yeah, so that's why like you get destroyed by him sometimes. But yeah, ideally Goofy will be tornadoing him, and that'll just like parry Riku. And that will come into play like, well, the mechanic will stay with the next Riku fight later on, but that one will be much more consistent.
And we're sending the party members to defeat that wizard in the back while we take out the 2 in the front. That's a quick elevator fight. Very nice.
Yep. And now we got the the Dumbo skip, which is, we have this Dumbo skip master in the call with us right now, Syo.
Hey yo.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaky with the Dumbo skips, except for that one time. We're not going to talk about that one time. But yeah, for the most part, I'm kind of freaky with it.
Yeah,
Let's
unfortunately,
go,
it was not recorded.
Yeah.
There's no footage of this incident that happens.
It was the second Dumbo skip that you do. I fell off of it like 3 times in new and exciting ways. And then
Oh man.
when I did finally get to where I needed to be, I fell off again. So what Ninten's actually doing here is going to summon Dumbo. Dumbo can fly vertically. When you dismiss Dumbo, sort of pop. Cover just enough height to come down.
Yeah, that actually skips an entire puzzle room, so it saves a pretty good amount of time. Normally you would have to go all the way around, defeat a bunch of Heartless, and then call down this switch to pull down the path to get to that platform, but you can just Dumbo jump up to it.
It's
Yeah, and
kind of
that
a shame
one-
that there's not more stuff like that. I think it's really cool, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And that one is not as difficult as the other one, because we're gonna do 3 of them all together.
Get these quick air combos off on Maleficent while she's in this lightning phase here and finish off with an R's. Very good fight.
Okay, so we're gonna try to get an insane Dragon Mao.
So this is the other fight that Saya was speaking about earlier that makes good use of stop in a similar way. It's a hook.
Yeah, so you can do this fight without using any items. The strat used to use a lot of items, but you can go so fast on PC that you can do it itemless, which I'll try to do here. It's like probably one of the hardest fights in the run.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an advanced strat. the sus finisher. Come on, game.
It's fine.
Yeah, not bad. We still got itemless.
Yeah, so I just
Stuff.
dropped a few combos. A little bit hard. So like it's just one thing that you might not notice is that like I had to time I time like every attack input. Like you kind of have to when you're doing strats like that. And so like the worst thing is when you press it too early, because then you don't
Yeah.
get the rest of the combo and it's just over. So that can happen pretty easily.
Yeah, there's kind of like a lockout timing window after you've done an attack, where if you input it again too early, the attack just doesn't come out at all. So you have to be extremely precise when you're doing combos like that, especially like the lower to the ground you are and the faster you're doing them. It is pretty difficult. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the run or the fight that walled us all as kids.
Yeah. And you're
Riku
gonna
too.
it's gonna look like easy, but it's actually quite hard.
Yeah, it's a very difficult strat here. Gonna chip away at him first with some Ars Arcanums. Get him down to at least like green showing HP. And now we can get him in a loop with air combos. Nice, great fight. Yeah, you've got to be, once again, very quick and precise with those combos. And Riku's hitbox is kind of small, so you can't jump too high either. You got to do those combos really low to the ground.
Yeah, and so the way that I did it there is the hardest way to do it, where you do 2 hits to stagger him. You can only do that on like 60 FPS because of how precise the timing is, or like how fast you have to go. So I do 1 hit, like while he's ending his attack, and then the other hit right between when he's ended the attack and when he's trying to do something else, and that would stagger him again.
Or now we're playing as the creature.
The creature.
We're just creaching around, dude.
Shadows just look like bugs.
They do, man. They're little scrunkly boys. I don't know about y'all, but when I got to this point as a kid, I was so hyped to be playing as a Shadow. I don't know why. I was like, yo, I'm a Heartless? Let's go, dude.
Yeah, I think I was the same way, but it's really disappointing that you can't like do anything.
Yeah, you can just walk around. You can't even like slap things, scratch things like they do. There's no enemies to fight or nothing. Oh, bonkless. Well, I mean, we heard the bonk, but he didn't get bonked.
Yeah, I think that was bonkless.
Let's go, dude.
It's interesting because you can use the elevators. If you walk into like an elevator, it'll activate.
Yeah.
Which is bad. Like you have to avoid that in one of the rooms there.
We get teleported back to Traverse Town after that cutscene. Basically, we take Kyrie here with us. We head back to the boys to kind of devise a plan on what we're gonna do. Save Riku, because he's still in the sus realm. He's still stuck in Hollow Bastion and all the darkness stuff. So, talking to Sid real quick so that we can get access to the gummy piece that'll progress the game for us and let us go through the warp zone back to Hollow Bastion, because currently it's locked off right now.
Yeah, and there's a neat trick we can do to save time on the gummy here too. In a second. Have you guys seen the glitch cutscene here?
I have, yeah. It's pretty goofy.
Have you seen it? Oh, okay. I didn't get it anyway. It would have been funny to show it off, but yeah, I think most of us have seen it.
Sora fighting demons in the darkness, just like slashing at the air randomly.
Yeah, if you dodge one to the water a weird way, you can glitch that cutscene. I did it during a recent showing at GDQ, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, you guys go up here. Okay. I didn't even know
Yeah, we
that.
just save warp.
Oh, right. Save warp strats. I'm PS3 brained, watching Saiyans all the time.
PS3. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're save warping back to talk to Sid, because you gotta talk to Sid after you get that gummy piece from the wall and the little waterway cove there. It's gonna install it into your gummy, and it's gonna let you go back to Hollow Bastion. It's gonna unlock the little portal that takes you there again. Kind of like upgrading your gummy in a invisible way.
Yeah, well, we've done a lot of stuff like that. Like moving from after Deep Jungle, you have to do that too.
Yep.
So haste 2 I put right here,
Nice.
and boom, that's our ship.
Now we going fast, boy.
I wait a second for the game to load. I don't actually think it matters too much here.
I don't know. I feel like it does matter, but I mean, coming from PS2 perspective, at least, that part takes forever to load on PS2.
Yeah, it might. Only thing is that because my boost got cut off there, and I didn't get the rest of it, so like there's that too.
Yep. So on this gummy, we're actually going to want to quit out at a certain point because it saves time. We don't have to do the last bit of the gummy mission that would take us to Hollow Bastion. We can just quit and then warp there instead. Not sure why it's like that, but at a certain point it lets us do that.
Yeah, it's because I think it's because like you've entered the last section. Like I guess the game considers you have to discover the last route already.
Yeah,
So it's
something
already
like
open.
that.
That's the way I think of it. So right after this.
As soon as we see these purple rotating squares, we can quit out. Or as soon as the background changes.
Yeah, you can do it really early, but it's pretty risky.
Yeah.
Just warp to Hollow Bastion now. And on PS2, you have to die because you can't warp out. Because
It's
funny
terrible.
games.
Back to the Bastion with the boys. We're gonna be taking Beast with us this time because we need his help to take out some Heartless waves.
Do I remember this menu?
This is also some pretty precise platforming. If you do it quick enough, you can get to the top in the next area a lot faster than if you were kind of just waiting around. Oh,
Yeah, actually, we grabbed
Mega
this,
Elixir?
yeah. Because the way this is set up is that we don't lose much time. Because this cycle
you
I
go.
just made is the same cycle
Right.
that you can make. So you can actually grab that, and I skip a Trinity earlier on.
Oh, yeah, the one before Maleficent or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
One
So we're gonna be doing
spawns,
another
perfect.
Dumbo skip here. Ninten made sure not to spawn too many things because if you go too far forward when you're rolling to spawn, sometimes you can get sniped off of this platform by Heartless. It's kind of annoying.
I didn't get the fast spawn here. Despawn.
Ah. And yeah, we have to spawn Heartless there so that we can use a summon, because without the red, like, actual battle command menu, you can't use summons. So you have to spawn those Heartless there.
Oh dear. I don't know if I...
Hopefully we're gaming?
Wait, what? Donald is... I have to double check this. 2, 3...
We gaming?
We may or may not be.
Gaming is in question.
Yeah, gaming is in question. Oh wait, I see what happened. Okay. No, it's
Nice.
not. Yeah. just roar, please, sir.
While you're playing Five. At least as far as I'm aware, Ninten doesn't actually speak or read Japanese.
No, I
so
don't.
all of this is sort of by a mixture of muscle memory and being familiar with the relevant text that applies to the game. Glitched has done Japanese runs, and as far as I'm aware, also doesn't speak or read Japanese.
Nope, not at all.
I have also done many a JP run, and I wouldn't say that I speak or read Japanese, but I do have about 30 days of Duolingo. So at the very least, like, I'm very familiar with the alphabet, like katakana and hiragana. Kanji, I don't know at all. But yeah, basically, like, the way that I do it for certain things is to memorize a particular character. Like, I know that haste starts with it looks like an arrow sort of pointing up and to the left. Or is it with a
Yeah.
rotated arrow?
Yeah, I've
Yep.
memorized a lot of them as well. Mostly the ones that are in K2.
Yeah.
That there, I'm pretty sure I did them anyway. I think I was just second guessing because that was mostly
Nice.
muscle memory, but it felt a bit weird.
Got the second Dumbo, or the third Dumbo skip technically.
Yeah,
so.
no more Dumbo skips.
Yep.
It turns out Ninten 2 is kind of freaky.
And now we're moving on to Behemoth. And this fight, later on we can use gravities to do a lot of damage, but because this is a boss fight, I guess he's like, gravity does like no damage to him.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
has
ours
a
instead.
resistance to gravity. He's got like all the bosses have like resistances to certain magic. It's also the same reason you can't use stop on every boss. And this version of Behemoth is just really resistant to gravity for some reason. Damage. We got the jump pattern. This is kind of annoying to get, but it's nice if you can time it to where you land and still are dealing damage with ours, like you don't fall off of his back.
I'm gonna get it here.
Just barely. Those are really fast combos too.
Yeah. I tried. Yeah, so that pattern was really tight. Because if Beast was helping me, it would have been nice, but he was kind of stuck.
He was hating.
He was hating.
So I've got a little bit of a break here. We've got a $25.30 from Jesus Murphy. No comment, but that
Yo-ho.
does put us over the 600 mark. Look at that.
Let's go,
Come
Jesus.
Awesome, dude.
If you guys didn't know, Jesus is kind of freaky with the present evidence box spinning game in Wonderlands. I pretty much rely on him in chat to get the first one.
I thought you were just gonna say that Jesus is freaky. Dude, what are you doing? Skip the cutscene. You're losing so much time, dude.
Wait, what?
Wait, I thought we were on PS2, huh?
Wait, huh?
Nani Sore.
Oh yeah, let me just skip it. What?
Oopsies.
What?
What? What?
What?
Who hacked my game? No, so you can't skip this cutscene because it's an unskippable cutscene that you cannot skip because it is unskippable.
Facts.
I think it's probably like weirdly so good for speedrunning because at this point this is the perfect point to go and take like a Martian break or
Right.
like go and get some water or something like that. At this exact point in the run, that's when you're gonna need it most. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost perfect for speedrunning, exactly for speedrunning.
Yeah, so I mean, also just like getting, like, just calming down because like this
Yeah.
is when,
Yeah.
It's about to
this is
turn
when
out
it all
pretty hard.
matters. Like this is so many runs have been lost. Like crazy runs can just get lost in the next 15 minutes. I've seen many runners
Perished
go
end
through.
of the
Yeah,
world.
perish.
final dummy
The
mission.
final world.
Yeah, I like this gummy too. Actually, gonna wait to use the boost here because it's so valuable to wait because of how fast it goes.
I'm not sure if it was properly explained earlier, but the reason that Ninten's waiting is because the game is loading in the next dummy section, but it still allows you to boost. So, like, it looks like you're moving forward, but you're not because it's moving through a loading zone. So, literally, you aren't moving anywhere, but it'll still consume your boost. So, yeah, this is the section I was talking about on PS2 that just lags.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole 5
really,
FPS.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And you can't kill them either, because you can actually kill the ships usually to reduce lag, but they're like
they're way too strong. Yeah, I only recently found out that room lags because of your giant engine blasting fire on the screen, because I accidentally did that mission without the Holy G, the big engine, and it didn't lag. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening?
That's interesting.
Still worth it though, unfortunately, to use Holy
Oh
G.
yeah, it's so much faster. Nice, dude. Oh yes, very good
Beautiful.
Invisibles room. Nice job.
Yeah, that strat is very hard. Like even it's luck based and also hard because you have to move right and lock on perfectly to get the lock on the right invisible, and then you have to time your gravities very well to get all 3 of them, and then you have to hope that the one on the left attacks you. And if that's what happens if it all goes well.
Yeah, so End of the World basically is just a massive fight rush. Mixture of forced fights with generic Heartless and then bosses.
Hey yo, the free throw drop.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a potion too.
Stacking up on them items. Picking up and using a cottage there to refill the party to maximum HP and MP for Behemoth 2. This is the Behemoth that actually does take a lot of damage from gravity.
Yeah, and you'll see it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, just that one took like a third of his health bar. So I think gravity's damage scales with how much HP an enemy has, or has remaining. So with him having multiple health bars but not having a resistance to gravity, the earlier gravities do a ton of damage, and then it kind of drops off a bit, so we switch over to R strats.
Yeah. That ether wasn't really like quick to use there, but I just kind of emptied my inventory because I have a lot of items.
Yeah, we're gonna need to fill our inventory with mega elixirs and elixirs later, so we don't want to have to do more menuing to get stuff out of our item slots first. If we can help it. I think you just put on Ray of Light, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so Ray of Light helps us with the summons. It increases summon damage because the more magic you have, the more powerful your summons are as well. And we need the summon from Simba to get through this Olympus Coliseum portal.
Okay. Yeah. We need Omega Arts and Ray of Light there. I know which ones are... That one I do know, so that was Omega Arts, which put on over Raven's Claw.
These pillars represent each world in the game. If we haven't completed a world, we do have to go and do a fight inside of it. If I remember correctly.
Yep, that's
right.
Yeah. So it's a kind of fun thing about all worlds is that you don't have to fight anything here.
Nah, you can just say, I'm out, dude.
That's your reward for getting through 100 Acre Wood. I am a hater of 100 Acre Wood in this game. I think it's really boring.
Me too,
I
honestly.
think that's an insane take, considering that Sora and Pooh Bear have the greatest friendship in the entire series.
That is true, I won't lie.
I love Pooh Bear.
Who is the goat?
I just remembered the fucking poor Ninten and Glyn at ASM 24 this year. They were practicing like this really hard fight in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm on the other side of the table with like Daft and Chikochi and someone else. I can't remember what we were playing, but like every time they died in the fight, it's a super hard fight. Every time they died, like Sora would go like, oh! And so like I just started making fun of the voice, and I just kept saying stupid things like, "Oh, Pooh Bear, oh!" And, like poor Ninten's seriously trying to practice for this run. I'm just tormenting him. It's like it's so stupid.
Yeah, it was more so Glyn, I think, that was getting destroyed. Because we were doing this really hard strat in cage 3.
It was that like snow, like behemoth looking thing. And then I discovered that your strat was faster.
Yeah, because we did some. Yeah, there's a whole drama that happens. This drama of ASM 24.
Anyway, back to the action.
Uh-oh, I'm not dying.
Ooh, this fight can get a little scary, but Donald is the clutch god. Let's go, Donald. Thanks for the heals, bro.
Yeah, you had me there. I was just not dying. I was like, I know I won't die here. I've seen the future. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. Double finish. Hurricane Blast is super satisfying to hit. That little spinning finisher attack.
Now, Chunabog is fun. At least in this version. For me.
I love his heartless smile.
It's so good, dude. Yeah, you have a lot more tools. Well, I guess not a lot more. You have Leaf Bracer, which is a little bit helpful when dealing with his Fire Pillar attacks. You can just heal through them.
Oh, Donald's dead was actually kind of a bad thing.
And you can also attack him on the back of his head
Fun
to
fact,
avoid the fire breath.
I discovered his pushback skip. Which
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's a really cool strat. I really like it.
It's super helpful, man. Without it, you are in the trenches dealing with this attack that he's doing right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, there's the invincibility from Leaf Bracer. We can just tank these and not really take any damage.
Yeah, if I was doing any other run, I probably wouldn't have healed, honestly, but I didn't want to die here.
Believe that nobody fell for my Chernobog Heartless bait.
Oh, is that what you said? That he's a heart?
Yeah, I said I love this heartless smile. And just nobody
smile. Like emote smile.
To be fair, I thought it was a heartless until my good friend. Yeah, my good friend Tom Scott pointed out that it was from Fantasia and not actually a heartless, and then I felt like a real asshole.
Wait, you're crazy. Did you know? You haven't. This guy hasn't seen Night on Bod Mountain.
I haven't seen Fantasia since I was like 9. Maybe
Probably been since I was like 5, like barely forming the capability to hold on to memories.
Oh, I didn't equip the item. Wait, hang on. I can say this.
Blue menu, nice.
Beautiful.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, this fight that was really weird. So basically, we glide to this door right here after being Behemoth. You get a blue menu. That's the only way to get it.
That's an insane demonstration of like situational awareness and backing that up on the fly. That is incredibly impressive. So yeah, this is most people call this split final rest. It's a section before final rest. But it's the fight rush.
Oh wow. Holy shit.
Okay, ooh, that was fast.
That was crazy. They just lined up. They lined up for me there. Because normally when that happens, it's over because they're gonna all spread out. But because the gravity's hit them, they were just like in a line for my R's.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly.
So it's our last use of Simba as well. Unless anything gets hit.
No.
Oh, FNAF jump scare.
I did get a little bit scared.
Yeah, you have to summon Simba very fast, or else you get hit there.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to finish the invisibles quickly and immediately summon Simba without putting yourself in danger, but perfectly done by Ninten here.
Right next to the door as well.
Final rest over.
Yeah, really good final rest. That was crazy.
That was really fast, yeah. Actually, that was actually, yeah, because I opened a menu. That was actually extremely fast if I didn't open the menu. Yes, and then this, and then. Alright.
So this is the point of no return for casual play. There's no save points from here on out.
That is correct, and I think you only get like 2 chances to open your menu even, like once before this fight with Ansem and then once after, and that's it.
Wait a minute. No, that's fine. Okay. Alright, these final fights are another thing where, like, very, very little run, last fights of the game, they can vary a lot. And a lot of it is, like, I like to think a lot of it is skill-based. It's just, like, really reactions to what's happening in the fight. But you can't get screwed over by party members.
I kind of think this is the worst opening for the fight, where Ansem kind of charges at you from the start. It makes it a little harder to corner him, because the goal here is to corner him into that little piece of the dock that's broken over there in the back right where Ninten's pushing him now. You want him to keep backing up into that corner so you can just kind of wail on him with combos and Rs. And it looks like we ended up getting it to work out, so nice. Oh, not to submit.
Yeah.
Well, if you get submitted like that, you can at least use the R's iframes to charge through the attack. Still get a decent amount of damage on.
The worst outcome is when Sora is the one who gets hit by submit, because his attack command will be replaced by like a dunk command that makes him struggle.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Sora's actually it was actually not that bad, all things considered. We got hit. It was Goofy that got hit, so Ninten was able to just keep wailing on Ansem there.
I just noticed. I was like, oh wait a minute, he's not being held by
I think what actually
the Guardian.
I think what happened is that somebody else got hit and then I got hit, because I definitely took damage, but I think he hit someone first. That was another.
Right here we're just gonna do super fast air combos.
This is a fight that we used to use a lot of ours in, but you can actually just do air combos. Another thing that I actually discovered.
Let's go, Ninten. Strat Lord.
The Indiana Jones of Kingdom Hearts 1.
What?
Just making all these discoveries.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
So Ansem can choose to start this fight a couple different ways. He can swing at you with the Guardian, he can charge at you, which can be guarded, is what we got. Or he can do some weird blue aura attack on the ground, and we don't want the aura, really. Everything else is okay.
Ninten's gonna carefully play around Ansem's at this point now he's going to be responding with Desperation Root, which is super long.
Excellent. Nice. Skip the second DM skip.
Yeah, he was about to DM. He was literally about to do it there. If I didn't kill him on that hit.
So if anyone remembers that fight casually, there's the bit where he plants himself in the center of the arena and then all the pillars start showing up beneath Sora's feet and all that. All skipped. Expert.
Very well done. Nice. You got the clank at the start too. So you kind of want to like do a full combo and clank with his spin attack because it puts you in a position to get extra hits on him while he's swinging around without getting hit yourself. And it's actually faster to do single air hits while you're flying like this than to do finishers, because the finisher is quite laggy. Nice clank. And there's the extra hits. So he can actually summon some Heartless Bats that are extremely annoying here, but if you do enough damage quick enough, it skips that phase entirely. And he just goes into the quick lasers like these here. Very good fight. Nice.
Should be it.
Nice, and cutscene skip. That's actually a little bit faster than using the pause menu to skip the cutscene in this version.
Yeah, it's like barely faster, but another
It's still time
categories that can
save.
save a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like artillery here. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, artillery in FM is actually smooth. So these are some little sussy objects here that you want to just use your R's invincibility to block the wind attack that Ansem is doing. He can actually push you away if you're not using those iframes. So you kind of want to just clear these waves with R's and the big one with an air combo there. Very nice.
Yeah, you can also die really faster, especially without defense
Yeah.
ups.
You can get wombo comboed by those lasers quite easy.
I'm not a fan
Here.
of this gravity strat, but it's pretty fast if it works. Like
Look,
it
hey,
worked
you got
pretty well.
some nice skills there. Good stuff.
Oh my god. That
Wow, that was fast.
Oh god.
What the? That was interesting.
Actually,
So
one
healing-
neat thing is that if you I grabbed the item there, which is a mistake. You actually want to grab it after the orb appears because I learned recently that lags. That makes the orb appear later.
Oh, that's what it was? I remember you, like, trying
Yeah.
to figure out what was causing that.
If it's to be grabbed at Mega Ether.
Interesting. Good use of Leaf Bracer there to avoid the damage that would have taken us out. Using Mega Elixir to get that full MP, and so Goofy has some more tornado damage for us. Goofy is surviving. Oh, rest in peace. And yeah, you actually have to revive party members in this game before you throw items at them, or else they are half as effective.
Yeah, that is a
That's
really weird
why-
thing.
It is a weird nerf. I don't know why they did that, but hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to collect these invisibles back here and gravity them into ours. Unfortunately, we had one DM. Oh, oh.
Okay.
There we go. A Discord moment.
I wasn't even paying attention to that because I almost died to the invisibles there.
Yeah, it can get sketchy.
Yeah, one of them ran away from, like, you need them all to be grouped up, and one of them was kind of away. I was trying to recover that, but it ended up just being a bit weird.
This is the main core here. We just do a couple gravities into a combo. Take it out.
I got it.
Discord, why you do this?
We might have lost him.
07. He was a good man. Hopefully it catches up and comes back, but yeah, it looks like the connection is just a little off.
Yeah, 'cause his webcam's disconnected as well.
Oh, I hope it wasn't like a PC crash or something. Right at the end.
I know. Alright, I'll give him a little bit of time here.
Where's Kyrie, bro? We need to save Ninten from the darkness. Just give him a hug.
Oh no. This is like the worst timeline.
I know, like right before Final Anthem, literally.
I'm pretty sure at this point the run's over. I think he actually just straight up hasn't
Probably.
noticed that he's disconnected. I will say that's very generously.
Haru said, "I regret to inform you that our internet died."
Oh no, that is
Pain.
a 2:11. What was it? I accidentally cleared it too quick. What an
The
Australian.
return of Ninten.
Oh, he's back. Is he back?
I see his webcam on stream.
He's back. We've got his webcam.
Needs to, once he rejoins, we can see.
God, that's such a shame.
Yeah, man.
2:11.
Robbed of the climax.
I'll call that a 2:11:30. Incredibly generously.
Pretty good, honestly, for a marathon run, especially. Very good.
I think he's on the way back.
Australia
There he
moment.
is. What an Australia moment.
Hello.
He's back.
Welcome, gamer. Back
Hello.
from the
Actually,
darkness.
okay, so I didn't realize that what had happened. So I'm actually at the end.
Oh, you saved it?
Are you playing right now?
Am I here? Yeah.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go.
We get the final
Yes,
hit.
we get the final hit.
my man.
Yeah, I'm the final hit.
All right, let's do it.
Ninten with the clutch.
Yes, there we
GGs,
go.
woo!
GG's.
Let's do it, man. We gamed.
Excellent. Were you timing that on
Alright.
your end?
Our streamer.
Yeah, I was. That was a one. Well, I had paused. With the pause, it was a 1:55:40.
Oh,
this-
what is it? RTA? Do you have RTA time?
Yeah, it was a 2:12:53.
2:12:53 with the pause.
Nice.
Yep.
Expertly done.
So we did it.
GG's, man. Good run.
Outstanding stuff.
GG's. Yeah, you guys didn't miss too much. It was just
Just picture Ansem 1, but with
Goofy and Donald do a
teammates.
lot of damage on Final Ansem. Yeah.
お前のキーブレードだけでは
Yeah, Ansem 3. Yeah.
扉は閉じられん。
Oh, did I say Ansem 1? I mean Ansem 3.
Yeah, GG's.
キングダム
But yeah, GG.
Yeah.
Expertly done. Not surprised.
Thank you.
Alright, so...
Thanks, man. And thank you for having me. It was really fun.
Of course.
Likewise.
There weren't like many questions that stuck out that people wanted answers to, but there was this one question that everyone kept asking. They wouldn't stop. They refused to stop asking me despite several warnings. They want to know where we can find more
I bet I
Ninten.
know.
Where can we find more Ninten?
Find me. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ninten, and my YouTube channel. I also upload there. And those are my main platforms. Yeah. Recently, I've actually been running 1E, so like a lot of. It's why I've been talking a lot about 1E and stuff. Is because I've been running 1E on PS2, so I was a bit rusty for this run, but I mean most things went okay.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it was
underestimate
nice, man.
even with the tech issues, so can't complain at all. But yeah, expertly done. Thank you very much for stopping by and showing your true gaming power. And yeah, I guess aside from that, any closing remarks, any shout outs that you want to give or anything along those lines?
Yeah, thank you. Shoutouts to Sio for having me, for putting together the marathon, and to Jesus and Spacey for donating. That was really kind of them. Thank you for supporting the marathon and the cause. And yeah, it was a really fun time. Thank you, Glitch, for commentating, and Sio.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
We'll do the rare commentator shout out as well. Everyone go follow Glitched as well.
Oh, thanks.
Let's go.
gamer.
Recently hosted the Glitched Games, which had I known were a thing, I would have submitted to. I just didn't know.
It's all good,
Dude,
man. I
Japanese
barely
Mickey
advertise.
Mouse. Japanese Mickey Mouse is nuts, by the way.
It is
Um,
crazy.
Huge fan.
Why is he shirtless?
Because he's got the salamis out, dude. Leave him alone. It's a hot day.
Well, you see, you have to play a fragmentary passage to learn that.
Yeah, he's battle damaged.
Yeah, he gets hit by like a wave of Heartless, and then his shirt falls off.
Yeah.
But yes, Glitch does stream various Kingdom Hearts 1 categories that start with 1 and end in E.
I was actually playing PAL German today. It was a nightmare, but we are going to overcome that, I promise.
And with that, I guess we'll send it back to the intermission for the next run to get set up. Thank you both of you for taking time out of your days to put on this good show for the people.
Yeah,
and
of course.
yeah, I'll be around in both of your chats. And I'll be streaming my own Kingdom Hearts 1 attempts after all this wraps up, I'm sure.
Oh, let's go.
Heck yeah, dude.
Gonna try and finally get somewhat good at this game. But yeah, thank you to both of you. I will send it over to get set up for our next run. I bid you both adieu, and I'll politely boot you from the server. Get out of here. Or the channel run,
Wow.
the server. Catch you later, much love. GG's again.
See ya.
Bidum and Bidum. Outstanding stuff. I will disconnect Ninten from that as well. Alright, so yeah, we've got a banger coming up next. And another commentary job for me. So that'll be Chikochi doing Final Fantasy X-2 JP Any%. So another game in Japanese, another JRPG that's actually in Japanese. I don't know if you can see it as well, but just behind this lovely dollar amount that all of you kind people have contributed towards, you can see my cat sitting at the kitchen door because he wants to hang out inside the kitchen, but he's not allowed to go in there right now because he's being a bastard. But he's alright. So, with that, I will get us set up for our next game. We should be starting in a couple of minutes. We're scheduled to start at 6:10. For how deep into the event we are surprisingly exactly on schedule, which is kind of nuts. So, I will go and get all of that set up. Alright, Epic Gaming.